So, TGS is wrapping up, and Xbox showed out. I mean, they absolutely showed out at TGS, man. I won't lie, some of the games weren't for me, but then again, I'm not really into JRPGs. But last week they announced something, and I think we should get into it. Let's talk about it. What up, though? It's your boy Yandor. Welcome back to iCheckVibes. I'm here. I told you I would see you in the next video, right? We're gonna keep coming, man. We're gonna keep coming. Pause. Anyways, I want to talk about the topic of the Xbox Series X 2TB Galaxy Black Edition. Yeah, that's a very long name. It's a very hot topic right now. Microsoft went to TGS this week. They brought some games out. They announced some things. But last week they announced a $600 Xbox Series X 2TB edition, and I think we should talk about it, man. I think we got to talk about it. So one thing I want to talk about first things foremost. I can't even talk today. That's how excited I am about this. The $600 Xbox Series X. It makes sense, So you've seen the title of the video. You clicked on it. You know what I'm about to say. I've seen a lot of discourse about this. Back and forth on Twitter. Well, X. I'm never going to call it Twitter. I'm never going to call it X. It's always going to be Twitter. You know how that goes. This has been a hot topic because I'm sure you guys know Sony announced the PlayStation 5 Pro, right? $700. $700. They're fucking crazy. I'm not going to get into that. That's not the topic of today's video. With that said, I don't really need a $600 Xbox Series X, but I'm not going to lie. It kind of makes sense when you think about it. Microsoft announced that coming October 15th, they're going to be releasing this to the wild. They're going to be allowing you guys to get in on Gen 9 gaming. They're going to have a Galaxy Black colorway type of thing. It's different. I'll give them that. But the one thing I can say about it is, for me as a gamer, this makes sense for a couple of different reasons, right? First things first, right? I want to make it clear that if you already have a Series X, you're fine. You're perfectly fine. You don't really need to upgrade to a $600 console that does the same exact thing, right? Or maybe you didn't get into the Series X generation back in 2020 like the rest of us did. Man, I had money. But if you have a Series X right now and you're okay with deleting your games and re-downloading them, this is probably not going to be for you. If you have a Series X 1TB and you find yourself, juggling your games quite often. Maybe you're tired of deleting the games. Maybe you want to play everything that's on Game Pass. You want to get your money's worth. You want to, get that $20 worth. I feel you, bro. You know what I'm saying? One person this could be for. Somebody who didn't get into next generation. You might still be playing on the Xbox One X. I done moved on. I done ascended. So maybe you didn't have your bread right. Maybe you was down bad. You couldn't get right. Whatever the case may be. This makes sense for a couple of different reasons for you. Because if you look at it, if you look online, the 1TB compact flash proprietary storage costs anywhere from $139 to $160 on a regular basis. The price doesn't really go down that much unless you catch it on sale, right? Those cards are expensive, and that type of storage is expensive, but it works, right? With that said, when you're looking at a $600 Xbox, if you're looking at it and it doesn't do anything more than the current Series X does, it's not more powerful. And the Series X does quite a bit, but you got to think about it from a financial standpoint, right? And I think this is how Microsoft is looking at it when they're trying to sell this item to you. So if you're like me, right, and you're like some other people like myself, right, and you have a bunch of digital games, maybe you went all digital last generation, or maybe you don't have, a bunch of digital games. Like I said, maybe you just want to play everything on Game Pass. That is okay. This might be the Xbox for you. Deleting games, re-downloading them, it gets annoying, man, and the shit takes time. It is what it is, right? Nobody wants to wait an hour, 2 hours sometimes, depending on your internet speeds. When you get off of work, assuming you're an adult with responsibilities and a job, right? You want to come home, hop in the crib, settle down, hop on your Xbox, play a little something, and then bounce and do what you got to do. You're not trying to sit there and wait. You need that game to be downloaded. To buy that 1TB card, man, it's going to cost you $150. So when you're looking at a $600 Xbox that comes with that 2TB already built in, doesn't it make sense? Think about it now. To me, it makes a lot of fucking sense. A lot. I don't gotta pay $150. I can just pay the $100 more. Oh yeah, let me. I need that. I need ends. I need all that. For real. What I did, and this is me now. This is what I did. I went and bought an 8 terabyte external hard drive, spinning hard disk drive, and I stole all my games up there, all 380 games that I own across 4 generations from the Xbox OG, Xbox 360, Xbox One, and the Xbox Series console generation, right? Gen 9, as we like to call it. It's mind-blowing, right? Because copying a file from one hard drive to another, to an SSD specifically, regardless if it's a spinning drive or not, it's always going to be faster than downloading that game again. You have 2 options. One, you buy this Xbox Series X with 2 terabytes built in, right? Or you could go with the route that I went, which I'm definitely sure is the smarter thing. Buy a freaking 4 terabyte or 8 terabyte hard drive and just download all your games there and copy them over. Even if you play the Sinister Six. Shout out to the Iron Lords podcast, man. They put me on to the Sinister Six. You know what I'm saying? Great podcast. You guys definitely got to check it out, man. They be on some real shit. But even if you only play the Sinister Six games, that live service games that stay on, they always, got somebody playing them. You're only playing those 6 games on a regular basis. And realistically, you're not going to probably have to have all 6 of those games installed at the same time. So for me personally, I juggle 3, maybe 4 games, depending on what's out on Game Pass. Instead of buying the Xbox Series X with the 2 terabytes though, I think what I'm going to do is create me one of those Elite Series 2 controllers on Xbox Design Lab. Microsoft is coming out with translucent controllers, man. So I'm a product of the late 80s, but I was raised in the 90s, man. And I love that translucent shit. I'm all for it. I fucks with that shit. Like, I remember the Nintendo 64, where they had the controller. My uncle had a couple of them Johns. You know what I mean? So I'm all in. I'm all in on it. Like, they selling that to me. That's for me. Hey, you, Yendor. Yeah. We got this controller for you. What's up? All right. Word. I'm a copy. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm a copy. And it's not a nostalgic thing. I personally like the way the controllers, I like the way they look, man. I find it like fire, One thing you guys got to recognize, man, is that Microsoft didn't price this to match the Sony PlayStation 5 or to compete with the PlayStation 5. They're done competing with PlayStation, man. They're not going to compete with that platform. They already admitted that they lost the console wars, but what you guys got to understand, and if you don't know, if you've been living under a rock, we are no longer in the console wars. Now there's a war for your time, right? There's only 24 hours in a day. As a matter of fact, time is money. So it's actually a war for your money too. So where are you going to spend your time? Or better yet, where are you going to spend your money? Nevertheless, guys, I just wanted to take the time to talk to you about this and kind of, get your feelings, get your ideas on it. Shoot me a message down in the comments. I reply to all comments. I don't mind, talking to you guys about it. We can have a good conversation about it or a bad conversation or a toxic conversation. Whatever you guys want to do, I'm all for it. You know what I mean? I'm here for it. You already know the vibes. FLS, follow, like, subscribe, surprise me and subscribe, please. You know what I'm saying? If you can't do any one of those things, hit me with the thumbs up on the video. That'll definitely help out. Yeah, man, I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here. I appreciate you guys for checking the video. Make sure you keep it locked here. We got more content on the way. I'm always in the lab cooking. You already know what time it is, man. Peace and much love to you. One.
Seen it all, you can't all benefit you. Femme for tall, I can't fall in love.